I mean, he came to me, he says, you are right. You know, I mean, I don't know that. This is the word. Let me show you. Your prophet, he said, when your wife, let us see here. Do you know how the word nikah written in Arabic?
No, I don't know how to write Arabic, but I do know
Well,
how to
this is
write
the
it.
word. This is the word nikah. Here we go. I will highlight it for you on the screen. You see it?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Here it says, this is the Muslim translation. The
Mhm.
Jews used not to eat with women during her menstruation period. The Jews, they stay away from their women when they have
Mhm.
menstruation, so they will not bother them.
Mhm.
He said, do everything with them except nikah. What the translation for nikah here?
Sexual intercourse.
Exactly. So how nikah is getting married, and here it is sexual intercourse. You see? Here it says ifalu, huh?
Yeah.
If you read here,
Could it have like a dual meaning? You know, like one word could mean different things?
uh, it could, but nikah always mean physically, physical intercourse, not marriage. The word marriage, you see, nikah, as all Arabic words have many meaning, but always have one meaning. It is two things getting inside each other. So they say, tanakahatul ashjar, but the trees doing nikah. But does that mean they are doing sex? No. The branches of the trees, like there's two trees next to each other, and the wind is shaking them. So there's nikah. A branch from this tree is going through other branches in that tree. That is nikah. So yes, the word
Mm.
nikah have many meaning, but the word nikah, when you use it for a female,
Mm.
you know, it is about
Right.
having intercourse. That's why Muhammad says, do everything except nikah. So if nikah mean this, I mean, okay, so if nikah, it's possible, let us say for the sake of argument, nikah used as two meaning, marriage and intercourse. But in Arabic, we have the word marriage. Why when you use nikah? As long we know it means intercourse, why I want to use, imagine I go to a man, I say to him, I want to do nikah to your daughter.
Mm.
Nobody will use it. They say, oh, أريد أن أتزوج. I want to marry. Nobody
Mm.
use the word nikah because nikah is a filthy word, you know.
Right. That's quite interesting.
Uh, as an example, you know, when there's a verse in the Quran, if a Muslim woman she divorced her husband, divorced her 3 times,
Yeah.
what she should do?
Yeah, she needs to, you know, get married to another person. I've seen it happen.
All right. So imagine now, we have a woman she got divorced, and now this woman she can't get back to her husband unless she do nikah to the husband. He's husband, but what she need to do? Nikah. So look what the Quran says. If he divorce her, she will not be lawful for him until she do tankah zawjan, until she do nikah to the new husband. Not marry his husband now, his husband, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like if the word nikah mean marriage, so we do not need to say the word zawj. Zawj mean husband.
Mm-hmm.
So tankah is the verb of saying doing it, intercourse, to a new husband. To prove this, as usual, we don't say things without proof. If you go in the hadith right now, you can do that yourself. You can go to sahih-sunnah.com and type the word in English, greener. Greener. It's
Mm.
about a woman, her husband did beat her.
Oh yeah.
Why he did beat her? This woman, she was divorced by her husband. She said to herself, okay, the Prophet, he said, I cannot go back to my husband unless I marry a new husband. So she
Mm-hmm.
did marry a new husband, but she didn't want to sleep with him. So the man, he did beat her. What Muhammad he said to her? You should know that you cannot go back to
Mm.
your previous husband unless you do nikah until
Mm.
he tastes your orgasm. You see the translation, you know, it is, it's not lawful for you. Then you know that it's not unlawful for you to remarry Rifa unless you, Abdul Rahman, had sexual intercourse with you. What is the word here? Nikah. حتى تنكح زوجا غيره, until she do boom boom with a new husband. So this woman, she thought she will marry the guy, she will make him hate her, he will, you know, he get, you know, get upset, he divorce her, but he's not doing that. He's beating her, and he want to force her to bed. She came to Muhammad asking him to be lawful. Look, he did beat me. He made my skin greener. Aisha, she said. Muhammad, he said to her, oh, you know what? You have the right to beat you, because you cannot get back. If this is what your intention is, you cannot get back unless this guy do boom boom to you. And here you ask yourself, what kind of a stupid religion forcing a woman? Here the woman, she is not, it's not her fault. It's not her who divorced the husband 3 times, correct?
No.
What about we say to the husband, you know what? You cannot go back to your previous wife unless a man do boom boom to you. So he will behave. So now what we do, we force the poor woman to go and sleep with a stranger. And obviously this guy is way older. She thought he is old, he will not be able to do it. So she married him, hoping he would divorce her maybe 2 days after, and then she can go back to her. I'm sure she don't care for the husband. She care for the babies. She have children. So she want to go back to husband. And look at the stupid, demonic, satanic rules. You cannot get back unless you sleep with this guy.
Yeah, the thing is, I've seen this happen too. Like, you know, it's quite weird.
Yeah, and the Muslim they practice that in England, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Is that an honorable thing? Is that how we honor religion and God? Isn't it, this is nothing but a fornication? What is this? What marriage in Islam? There's no marriage. It's a sex contract. He fire you. He hire you. He fire you by a text message. Come here. Go there. Muhammad said, if a woman she refused to share the bed with her husband, the angels and Allah will curse her all night.
Yeah.
What if the man he refused to share the bed with his wife? Nobody curse him. Yeah, as an example, if you go in the Quran, you know, the chapter 4, speaking about beating women, chapter 4, verse number 34. And the word there is, the reason to beat them is nushud. So what is the reason to beat them? Nushudahun. What is nushudahun? If you feel they are not too much obedience, they are not toys, sex toys, you say to her, make a tea, she don't go right away to the kitchen to do it. But look, the hypocrite Muhammad. If the man he did this, do you see my screen?
Yeah, I do.
It is exactly the same word. Muhammad, he did nushuz with his wife, Sauda. And this verse about him and his wife. Look here how the rule changed. If a woman she fear that her husband he have nushuz, what do? Fix between them, you know, fix between them. And then how they fix? Aisha, she made agreement with Sauda. She told her, if you give me your day, I will ask the Prophet not to divorce you. And you can stay in your house and eat the food you eat every day. Look at the demon. So now, if the women she do nushuz, we beat them. If Muhammad do nushuz, we force the wife to come to an agreement to satisfy Aisha needs, to sleep with him more.
Oh, Aisha.
Aisha, she is not interested, by the way, in sleeping with Muhammad. She is interested to receive more gifts. You know, Muhammad, when Aisha, because she is controlling Muhammad, even though she is a kid, but obviously she is evil. So the daughter, the wives of Muhammad, they ask Muhammad to be fair.
Mm.
Why? Because simply all the gifts, they come to Aisha house only.
Mm.
No gift can come to the houses of the wives. So the wives of Muhammad, they asked Muhammad to be fair.
Mm.
Be fair and let us all receive gifts. Aisha, she forbade any family, any Arab person, any Muslim to give gifts unless Muhammad is in her house. That's why she's asking for a day of Sauda exchange. And she said, uh, you know, uh, 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 if you let him, if
Mhm.
I convince the Prophet to let you stay as his wife, Sauda, she
Yeah.
become old. According to the hadith, she become fat and slow. The Prophet, he don't like to sleep with her because she don't look good no more. And now
Mm.
she heard the news that he is going to divorce her. So
Mm.
Aisha, she told her, listen, and this verse is came in the Quran about that. Imagine, God, he
Wow.
involved with the women, she is gaining weight. This is how important Muhammad is to Allah. He go to his office and he decide to say, okay, you know what, there's an agreement, a new agreement.
Mm.
About what? About Muhammad. You can, by the way, you can open any Islamic interpretation and you will see this is about Sauda, the wife of
Mm.
Muhammad who becomes so old, and this is what this verse is about. So Muhammad was not fair. Muhammad was an evil man. Why Muhammad
Mm.
want to divorce a woman? You said to me, maybe the Prophet was marrying a woman because he want to protect them. Okay, this woman now is old.
Mm.
She spent many years with him,
Yeah.
and now he want to dump her.
That's quite sad.
And Aisha, she convinced her, you know,
Mm.
listen, if you want, instead of him divorcing you, I can tell the Prophet that you decide to give me your day, and I will convince him to keep you. And that what happened. So
Wow.
imagine what kind of a prophet he is.
Yeah, it's definitely destroyed some of my worldviews about. Um, I mean, like I said, I've watched some of your videos over time, and there's some truth. There's a lot of truth, I should say. Um, but yeah, this conversation has I guess confirmed some of my doubts that I've had, and answered some of the questions that I've had. And it's saddening to see because it's something that I put my life into, and I've tried to live up to it, but it's yeah, it's a little bit
Do
sad.
you see the reference I'm showing you on the screen? This
Mm.
is the tafsir. I will pause the tafsir for you, Ibn Kathir. And I think Ibn Kathir you can find in English. As you see,
Yeah.
Muhammad, the evil man, he wanna throw a woman, she is old, in the street.
Mm.
And the evil Aisha, she convinced him, and she forced her to say that if she
For
wanna
this
give her
reason,
day.
when Sa'd bin Zamah grew up, the messenger of God, may God bless him and grant him peace, decided to separate from her, so she made an agreement with him that he would keep her and leave her day to Aisha, but he accepted that from her and kept her in that position. The narration stated that, Abu Dawud al-Tayalisi said, Sulaiman bin Mu'ad told us, on the authority of Samak bin Harb, on the authority of Ikrimah, on the authority of Ibn Abbas, who said, Sa'da was afraid that the Messenger of God, may God bless him and grant him peace, would divorce her, so she said, O Messenger of God, do not divorce me and make my day for Aisha. So he did.
See?
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
how a man he take care of his wife? She spent many years with him serving him. Now she is old. You see the translation here says Sauda grow up. This is not what really it says getting old.
Mm.
Sauda, she got old, So
Yeah.
now Muhammad, he have no intention. I mean, why I want to sleep with a woman? She is old, and
Yeah.
he have all those young women around. He accepted her as a wife when he was not yet in charge, He was not a king. He was not the prophet who have an army. He was just, a guy who needed women for now. So they told him, okay, take Sauda. He took Sauda. And then right away he took Aisha. And then things start changing. Yeah. This is an evil man. This is an evil man. And what kind of God? He make a verse about this. What is this? What kind of God? This is not about God,